Hi, Vineet. This is Natasha from DevX India. So I'll be the deal analyst for your pitch, and like we may start now.
Yeah, hi, Natasha. This is Vineett Chadhaa, and I'm the founder of my company, Fluent Brews Private Limited. So it's a startup, and the company is formed this year only in the month of February. But I started working on the concept last year itself. So I'll just take you through the pitch deck, which will enable you to get some more insight into what I'm planning to do and where we will be. So my name is Vineett Chadhaa, as I've already told you, and I'm the founder. So I'm basically from beverage background, and I have worked with Coca-Cola India for almost 10 years, and with SAP Miller India for almost 11 years. And I have got almost 12 years experience in the startup ecosystem, wherein I have learned a lot of things about the startups, so how to run a startup and what can be the challenges when you are in the startup ecosystem. So as I said, so my knowledge is pretty extensive as far as the industry is concerned. And since I have been in the industry for 20 years, so I understand each and every nuances what might come in your way when you are going to roll out your own brands. As far as the vision mission is concerned, so we aspire to be the cherished brand in the beer industry, and we want that we should be known for our commitment to quality, innovation, and as far as the mission is concerned, we want to have definitely good curated beers, which will deliver experience to the consumers, and we obviously want to be a recognized brand in the Indian market in the by the year 2030. So introducing our new age brands, the basic challenge for any beverage brand or any consumable brand can be is how to differentiate, because more or less if I talk about the recipes or the taste palette, it's more or less very similar. So I wanted something which will, if not, I'll not say differentiate, but which will have some distinctive names and uniqueness as far as the brand names are concerned and the packaging is concerned. So I come up with the new, two brand names, and I'll be playing in the mild beer segment and as well as in the strong beer segment. Strong beer contributes close to 90% of the total industry volume, and mild beer is to somewhere around 10% of the total industry volume. But mild beer, within mild, there is a premium mild craft beers, which are very, very now, in thing. Consumers want to consume, those premium craft beers, and therefore I came up with the mild beer as well. So for the mild beer, I have taken a name by the name of Blue Jeans. So it is going to be known as Blue Jeans Lager Beer, and this will be packaged in 330 ml bottles, and this will have a very crisp and smooth taste. ABV somewhere would be around 4.5%. And for the strong beer, I have kept a name Double Engine, which is going to be a strong beer, as I said, and this will be packaged in 500 ml cans, and this will have very robust flavor, and ABV, alcohol by volume, would be somewhere around 6.5%. So I have already explained this. So this is what's going to the packaging is going to be. So as you can see that it is a very vibrant packaging for both the brands. Blue Jeans is a very unique name. It's a very different name, and it really stands out. And it is supported by a very attractive packaging. So therefore, I'm sure that once the product is on the shelf, it is going to create instant recall for the brand. Similarly, double engine is something which is very now common word in today's world, and it connotes something which is very powerful and strong, and therefore the packaging also has been done accordingly. And I'm sure that once even double engine is on the shelf, this will break the clutter. Basically, what is there on the shelf. So generally, most of the strong beers packaging is in red or blue or green. So I have done it in orangish, yellowish tint, so that it stands out and breaks the color clutter. And the name itself is very, very attractive. So I'll just take you through the journey so far and what lies ahead. So as I said that I started ideation last year itself, and then came up with the branding, and which was very, very important to have good, distinct brand names. And I'm planning to roll out my brands in Delhi first. And Delhi, basically, I'm looking at mild, which is basically, which will give some sort of imagery to the overall, brand image for both Double Engine and for the Blue Jeans and for the company especially. And then I'll expand to other markets like Haryana. So I've kept two markets for the rollout. One is Delhi and Haryana. As far as the milestones are concerned till now, so I have done all the vendor tie-ups for my raw material, packaging material. Core team establishment, core team has been identified. So I have already a brewmaster who is working with me closely. I have done distribution agreements for both the markets, Delhi and Haryana. Trademark certificate for blue jeans has already been obtained. And as far as Devil Engine is concerned, it is a work in progress. Recipe also has been done, finalized. I have identified brewery, which will be most likely to be based in North India, and the talks are underway on other aspects of the business. And the company has already been formed, as I explained earlier. As I've told you, that blue jeans is going to be in 330 ml bottles, and this will have a perfect. This will be a very perfect mild beer with an ABV of up to 4.5%. So just to apprise you, basically mild beer is defined as a beer which has ABV, alcohol by volume, up to 5%, and anything above 5% to 8% is defined as a strong beer. So blue jeans is going to be a craft mild beer, ABV of up to 4.5%. This will be packaged in 330 ml bottles, and this will be definitely a very smooth and crisp beer. Double Engine is a strong beer, will be packaged in 5 ml cans and ABV up to 8%, and it will be very intense and full-bodied flavor. So in order to gain some sort of insight, like what the consumer feels about the brands, about the brand names and the packaging. So we did a small survey of around 145, 150 odd consumers in different channels, and came up with this information conclusion that as far as the blue jeans is concerned, people identified it with very easily, and it symbolizes freedom, attitude, and something which is very trendier. It is also like people said that it is a very fun loving, and there is some nostalgia also attached to it. Both males and females, they liked it, and it definitely caters to consumers with who have got preference for light and easygoing beer experiences. Similarly, for the double engine, people were really able to associate themselves and can say that it's going to be a strong beer. It has got a very high brand recall, which was very important because companies spend a lot of time, money, energy, creating brand recall. But I'm sure that both the brand names will have instant brand recall, and we will save on time and money as well. And the packaging is very vibrant, so people really liked it. It has got a masculine font. That is also something which went very well with the consumers. And since the ABV is going to be 6.5%, so we are making it a little aspirational for the consumers. As far as the pricing for Delhi is concerned, so blue jeans is going to be at 160, which is cross line to Corona and Ho Garden in Delhi. And double engine is going to be around 130 per can, which is going to be cross line to some other strong beers like Godfather. Budweiser is a little bit 10 rupees expensive. Carling again is expensive. Bad Monkey is a little bit cheaper, but 130 is a sweet spot, and company also makes some margin out of it. But 110 rupees, there is very little margin. In Haryana, there is no MRP in Haryana, so you have to sell it to the wholesale, and wholesale then keep the price. But yes, you can suggest them the end consumer price. Now coming to why FBL wants to enter this category in India. Obviously, one is that I've got experience. I understand the industry pretty well, and I understand the category pretty well. But still, there's something which is there in the beer category in the coming years. So as I said, that this Indian beer market is basically expanding very, very fast. It's growing at a very healthy rate of 8.1 CAGR. Currently, in 2022, it was valued at 383 billion rupees, but it's expected to be 622 billion by 2028. And even if you see per capita consumption in liters, so India is actually doing pretty well if compared with China. So and in the year by 2025, it will be almost closer to China. Beer dominates the domestic alcoholic beverages. So 20%, 24% of the total population will be drinkers of beer by the end of 2030. And as you can see that, when this survey was done, the 56% of the people said they have tried the beer and they really loved it. 24% they said that they really loved it, which is the maximum as far as the alcohol segment is concerned. The market growth is, as I've already explained, it's growing at a pretty healthier pace. beer is going to be a popular choice. It's still a very popular choice. There is no stigma. Slowly, that stigma, which is generally attached to any spirits or any liquor product, is going away, and it's perceived as as a substitute to carbonated soft drinks like Coke or Pepsi. And this is something which is a very healthier trend for the category. And if this actually comes out right, so there would not be any looking back for the category. And as far as so we are basically trying to reach China's beer consumption levels by the year 2030. So this gives us the confidence that beer is a growing category, and there is a lot of potential in this category in India. Other factors which are driving the industry growth. One is young population. As we all know, that 65% of the total population in India is below 35 years of age, which gives very healthy demographic. Disposable income is it's increasing day by day, year by year, and there's a growing interest in the canned and freshly brewed beers. So this is something which is driving the industry for the category. As far as go-to market strategy is concerned, so we'll be launching in Delhi and Haryana two brands. Delhi, it will be a mild beer, which is Blue Jeans, and in Haryana, it is going to be a strong beer. Haryana strong beer. Why? Because Haryana is a very lucrative market, and it is more suited for a strong beer segment. Though in Delhi also strong beer is preferred, but in Haryana it is more preferred than Delhi. And Delhi is a very important market for driving word of mouth, driving the imagery of the brand. Though it's not a very high margin market, but it is important because you get a lot of consumers traveling to Delhi, and once they see the brand on the shelf, and when they go back, so it generally they carry back the brand name with them, and therefore you get word of mouth. I've already explained that strong beer would be in 500 ml cans, and mild Blue Jeans would be in 330 ml bottles. And expansion goal is that FY26 we are looking at introducing mild in Haryana and strong in Delhi. And as far as channel strategies are concerned, strong beer is going to be the retail channel because it generally contributes up to 95% of the total strong beer sales. And mild beer is promoted in the on-trade channels, and on-trade channels are defined as your bars, restaurants, clubs, social clubs, banquets. And it is very important to have your presence or dominance in this channel because then you get consumers when they go out and ask for brands in the retail channel. It becomes easier for the brand. As far as the distribution is concerned, basically there are two main channels. One is retail distribution, which is called off-trade channel, and then we have got on-trade channels, which are basically bars, restaurants, as I've said, clubs, nightclubs, and then online sales is also there, but it is very small. It is still minuscule. Most of the governments or excise departments have actually not really approved this. And as far as the challenges are concerned, it's basically a very regulated industry, so you may face some sort of challenges as you progress in your business. But overall, I would say that it is not that difficult. And there's something which is insight into the demographic of the consumers, that who drinks beer. So as far as the age distribution concerned, so we have got 20, 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and 50 and above. So basically, it says that in 20 and 30, urban 60% of the population is in urban area, whereas in rural there are 40%. And as far as 51 and above is concerned, it's urban area is 45% and rural is 55%. So basically, it shows us that the markets and the channels which we are targeting are basically aligned to the overall spread. This is some sort of insight or information on what basically the companies do in order to promote their brands. As it is a regulated industry, advertising is not allowed. So nowadays, it's social media which is becoming very popular for creating awareness for the alcohol brands. And then there are sponsorship activities. You tie up with some bars, clubs, and you also have some large events taking place from time to time. And you tie up with them. Then you have influencer partnerships. You tie up with an influencer who would write about the brand, and then as I said, the social media presence. So this is basically the landscape for the India beer industry as far as the regulatory requirements are concerned. So there are licensing requirements. Then there are taxation policies which differ from state to state. Advertising restrictions are there, which are not basically, which is all across the country. And there may be, slight changes in the policy, excise policy from time to time. And these are the three main major brands which are basically dominating the beer industry in India. One is Kingfisher, led by Kingfisher, which has got almost 50%, 55% of the market share. Tuborg is, again, it's growing fast, and it has already taken 25% share, market share. And Budweiser I would say it's a relatively new entrant in the market. It entered almost 10 years ago, and it has got somewhere around 15 to 16% market share. As far as now coming to the financials and projections, so we want definitely, the idea is to be a profitable business, and I really don't want that, we do a business which becomes difficult to sustain over a period of time. So therefore, we are looking at, a revenue of somewhere around 27 crores if we are able to launch both the brands in both the markets. So this is this scenario. So this is a consolidated overview. And so from a revenue of 27.64 crores in the year 2025, the plan is to take it to up to 135 crores by the year 2029. So if we are able to do that, so it will be a wonderful achievement, I would say, in two markets. And then, obviously, meanwhile, you also look into some other markets to have your presence and, to consolidate your position in the markets. So these are the margins as far as state-wise is concerned. So strong, as I said, Haryana is a lucrative market. So Haryana strong. So from 6.5%, we are going up to 22% by the year 2029. Delhi is not very profitable market, but important market. So we will be negative year one, but yes, we will be positive from year two and 4.1 by 2029. Haryana mild again 10% 2025, and we are moving up to 18.5%. And mild Delhi is negative, and we will be positive in the second year, and we are going upwards to 6%. So this is basically a segment wise strong versus mild Haryana. So revenue for Haryana, strong would be year one, 10.74 crores, and we'll be growing steadily, and we would be reaching 56 crores by the year 2029. PAT of 0.70 to 12.23 crores by the year 2029. In terms of percentage, will be 22% by 2029. As far as the mild is concerned, the revenue would be 2 crores year one, and by the time we reach 2029, it should be 6.09 crores, and PAT of 10% and moving to 18.5 by 2029. Delhi for the strong revenue for strong beer year one 10 crores, moving to 59 crores by 2029, and as I've already told you that year one is going to be negative, but we turn profitable from year two. And from negative, we are 2.40 crores by 2029, and a PAT of 4.1%. Similarly, for the mild, 4.45 crores year one, and we are moving up to 14 or 15 crores by 2029, and PAT would be somewhere around 6.4 by 2029. This is the consolidated projected income statement. So revenue year one, 27 crores, and we are moving up to 135 crores by 2029. The gross profit from 6.58 to 40 crores by 2029. So in terms of percentage, 23.8% to 30%, 2029. EBITDA 0.73 to 22.42 crores. In terms of percentage, 2.6 to 16.5%. And so the heartening thing is that even at the PAT level, we should be positive throughout our journey. So from 0.51, we should be around 16, 17 crores 2029. So this is basically I've already explained. So maybe we can skip these slides. So coming to the valuation, so industry trend is around 3%, three times of the revenue, and we are looking at around two times 2x. So we are expecting somewhere around 40 crores of valuation. So this is what this is consolidated. I've already explained. So this is the ask, and the utilization. So the ask is 10.5 CR, which is with a runway of 5 years for both the states and both the brands. So if we are able to get this much of funding, so we should be good enough for 5 years, subject to that, we stick to our plan. Uh, so the whole idea is that, to remain profitable. And at times, you get over ambitious, or you get, over jealous of the growth what you're seeing, and at times you try to cross those limits, and which basically is the trap, because if you don't have a proper funding backup with you, so you get into that trap, and which is a very, very risky trap, and it is very difficult to come out. And that is through my experience what I have in the startup ecosystem. So first tranche, we are expecting uh, in June, which is the current month, for 1.75 crores, and this will enable us to launch the mild beer brand Blue Jeans in Delhi. And then we have second tranche in February 25. This will enable us to launch a double engine in Delhi or Haryana in March 25, and then the third tranche. So this is how we are expecting the funds to flow. And as far as the utilization is concerned, so it's basically going to be raw materials, which will constitute almost 45% of your total, investment. And then you have, you have to pay conversion fees to the brewery. Then freight and duty element is also there, which takes sizable amount. And then you have, obviously, you have to, hire people for your this thing, and then selling and distribution and administrative expenses. So this is how the cost is split. This is one scenario where we are saying that, yes, okay, if we want to launch only mild in Delhi and strong in Haryana, so what should be the ask? So the combined ask is basically 4.40 crores with a combined revenue of 27-28 crores in these two markets from August 24 to July 25. So this is what we are expecting in order to have these two markets roll out one brand each. And this is only if we only want to do blue jeans in Delhi. So how will that be? Which I've already explained. And this is again for blue jeans lager Delhi. So the total ask is 2.85 crores. But yes, in order to start the brand launch, the rollout, we need 1.75 CR. Yeah, thank you.
Vineet, you have like really covered all the things that has to be that I would ask. Whatever might be my questions or anything, you have answered everything. That was really a great pitch. So we are excited and we would want to take this idea ahead and see how we can fund. I will discuss this with my board and get back to you.
Okay.
Probably max 2 weeks time and
Okay.
take to get back on this.
Yeah, that would be
That's
great.
wishing you the best. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you so much.